Now, as I was saying, drugs are bad. You should.
All week long.
All rise, order in the court. Lisa, you are in contempt of court. Out of here.
But like the video before you leave.
Yes, please do. Welcome, everybody. We got a case. Third live stream of the day, and it's only 1 o'clock.
We're on a roll. We're on a roll, Creed. Yeah, this is a Zoom courtrooms. We're going to jump from one to the other to the other. And we're going to do our best not to talk over them, but guess what? We will.
Yes, and my mic is going to be louder than Mike's mic. Hector, is that over to Marble? Somebody's crying? Oh, no.
Yes, it is a young lady who is a very ugly crier. I'm looking over here
right
now.
No. Poor
Extremely
girl.
ugly crier.
Where are we starting today? We here with Kirk.
Yeah, we're over here smelling our fingers with Jessica. Best smelling fingers in town.
She's the APA. Okay. All right. I Dakota.
Yeah, we'll go ahead and jump. By the way, before Dakota went live, he has been in this little holding cell with the camera on for like 15 minutes. So you watched him pace around. They brought him something to eat.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you watched him pick something on his elbow for a while. I was getting concerned about that. But he's up on some drug charges, and he's doing a plea deal. So we'll jump on in there if you want.
Is it the crack or the meth that makes you pick at yourself?
I think it's a combination of both. Vinny, the senior engineer there. Senior.
Okay, Conlon will need a sentence date. We have that.
October 15th.
What was it?
October 15th.
October 15th.
I'm sorry, October 5th.
5th, we're in custody.
A young Eminem, no?
Very young.
You said that's common?
Yes.
October 5th.
Thank you, Lon.
October 5th,
At 1:30.
1:30, Zoom. There is a referral to probation, so they can get that prepared. All right, and hopefully he'll go along with the
finger is
agreement. Let me get this in
say about
correct
long
spot
fingers.
here. Okay, up here.
Gotcha, Vinny.
Saved.
If they're just doing some clerical work, we'll jump over to Judge Boyd here in a second. What's the next contestant comes up to the spot?
She got a beautiful purse, I hope. I'm gonna be so disappointed if there's not a really nice purse.
It's a decent purse today. It's a little mustardy, more orange juice-ish, I guess. I don't know.
Subpar at best, Creed.
But it does match the floral arrangement fairly good, I'd say. You know,
that was floral. In case anyone was listening at home.
Are we going to bring anybody up, or what are we doing here? It's going to be one of these days today.
Oh, no. We're good. She's, they're just making sure they're getting the right person. You don't want to bring the wrong person up, Creed. That's what they call a unfair judicial system.
Is that our person's carry? It's just hot dogs. I got it. Oh, here we are. Okay.
Announce for the record for the state. For the defense.
The other announcer for the defense.
Are you Miss Elliott?
Judge
I'm
Robin.
going to show you what's entitled State's Motion to Revoke Community Supervision and State's Motion to Supplement pending.
She's got as much stuff in her pocket as Roger does.
Did you review that document with your attorney? Did you understand it? Are you the same Allison Dawn Elliott, aka Leticia Dawn Vasquez, who was placed on community supervision in 2021 CR 5900 for the offense of theft $2,500 to $30,000 of a vehicle on September 2nd, 2021 for a term of 3 years? Is that you?
Yes.
State?
Violated condition number 5 in Bexar County, Texas. The defendant, Allison Dawn Elliott, aka Leticia Dawn Vasquez, did then and there fail to report to the supervision officer as directed for the months of November, December 2021, January, February, March, April, May, June, and July 2022 in violation of condition number 5.
How do you plead to that? True or not true?
Honest. Be honest.
Your Honor, state waives all other allegations.
Sorry, I
Any
was busy
objections?
dyeing my hair gray.
All right,
Your
did you
Honor.
understand by pleading true to violation of condition number 5, the court could find it true, grant the motion, sentence you up to 2 years in the state jail facility and up to $1,000 fine? Did you understand?
Yes.
Knowing
Doesn't
that,
work
you
that way,
still
right,
wish to
Jay?
Plead true to violation of condition number 5. Court will find violation of condition number 5 true. Is there an agreement?
Your Honor, there is. It's for the defendant to remain in custody until drug court screening is complete and for a TAP assessment.
All right, the court defense, is that the agreement?
It is, Your Honor. My client claims that the TAP has already been done, but the drug court screening has not. We're checking into that. I told the probation officer about that, and she gave us the name of the person that interviewed her. But the drug court has not been done. The drug
All
court
right,
screening.
do we need a MIC evaluation?
Yes.
Is there any mental health issues going on here?
No, ma'am.
All right, so this is what the court would do. The court would deny the motion and alternate remaining conditions to include a
Nancy.
referral to felony drug court,
See?
a TAP evaluation. So we'll do felony drug court first, TAP evaluation. If not accepted, and felony drug court, then we'll do intensive outpatient treatment.
Mask is definitely doing its
I'd
job.
like to ask if she could be allowed to be out on a PR bond until these
Yeah.
tests need to be done or these evaluations. need
A
to be done.
PR bond.
What you're requesting?
Yes, ma'am. I talked to Ms. Dennison on the first. I had my TAP evaluation, Ms. Boyd. She said she was recommending.
No. We're addressing the issue of your being out.
Yes.
All right, let me explain to you why the reason I'm going to deny that. You've been missing since November,
Yeah,
so there is no way I can have you out and about.
Oh,
because
yes, November.
I
She's been
can't
gone
be
since
assured
November.
that you're going to show up for anything because you had 2
Why
years
Clef
hanging over
Young,
your
ladies and
head and you still didn't report. So the TAP evaluation, the referral to felony drug court, that's all going to happen while you're in custody. All right, thank you.
Wow.
Your excuse.
You got
Thank
Judge
you.
Marble up, or
Yeah. He's up. I mean, I don't know what we're crying about, but she's doing some serious crying over here.
how about her misses all the? She's been gone that long, misses all those months worth of checking in, and she
right.
has the gall to ask for a PR bond. I'll never understand.
All right, so what the order is going to be is it's a consent judgment in favor of the plaintiff against the defendant. But on the record, you guys indicated it is by consent. $750 is the total judgment. Defendant must pay to Rhonda Urici installments of $150 monthly starting October 6th,
150.
2022 until paid in full. No further proceedings to collect the judgment will issue as long as defendant complies with this order.
There's some
And
thick brows, bro.
Every monthly on the 6th, correct? For 6 months.
Fran's
Yep.
got a nice house.
yep,
Oh yeah, we've seen Fran's house before. It's very
We
good.
have.
so we're
Do you
gonna
Stephen
send
O'Neill?
copies
Got a
of the
prosthetic
judgment, of
leg on
course,
her wall.
and
Vintage.
we're gonna send copies
Oh, you in the
of
market for one?
Got my eye on one.
how the judgment gets collected if this installment order doesn't work out, okay?
Is that still by money order, Kendra? Will that still be by money order?
Is that her mom?
Yeah.
You
Okay,
think?
money order. Mailed or
All right,
delivered?
so then
I don't know. I can't get past the
let me make
eyebrow.
another suggestion. Since you're gonna be paying by money order, the defendant, Ms. Eskew, you need to make sure you keep copies of all of those receipts. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Don't trust Rhonda.
And if you're gonna mail them to her, you need
Help me,
to,
Rhonda.
I would do it with tracking so that there's none of this, well, it's in the mail. Oh, I didn't get it. Well, it's in the mail. I don't want, I would send it to her with tracking if you're gonna mail it.
I
And
would go,
Miss, huh?
I would go give it to her if that's okay.
Yeah, that's fine. I don't care. I'm just saying, if you're going to mail it, and by the same token, Miss Urici, you need to be giving her receipts.
Okay.
Receipts.
grown folks handle business by documenting
Did it
when they
again.
receive money or when they
Way to
send
go,
it.
Fran. Way to mediate.
Yes, sir.
Yep.
All right, anything else?
No, Your Honor, thank you.
Just realized she was
Anything
on
else?
camera. She
All
jumped.
right, that's it. Thank you.
Do I just X out? I'm okay to go.
That's right, Fran.
Yes, you can disconnect.
You
What
did it.
is, what is Marble doing?
You know what he's doing. Oh, and he's gone.
That was odd. Did you see that? He was like, he turned his way. He had something. Doing a little bump or something.
He's eating skitty, perhaps.
I was actually going to text Emily and be like, "Hey, you want me to make spaghetti?" This is how I get her to stop at the store. Want spaghetti tonight?
And she'll say, "Oh, I really
No. She'll be like, yeah, no, that's great because she loves when I cook because you don't have to worry about. That then comes the text. Do you mind stopping by Food Line and grabbing something, meatballs, meat, something to put in there? Can't just have sauce and spaghetti. You know what I mean?
Oh, I've had that back in the day.
I know, but I'd rather, unless it's that green box. Do you ever make that? The boxed spaghetti by Kraft?
Not in a very long time.
It's
Very long time.
different, but I like it.
It hits different. You're right. It's
Kind of
really-
like this angle. I'd like this. I don't. They're not even live. Never mind.
That alleviates any
Thanks.
concern that there would be for
Young
ongoing
uncle gotta
danger.
pay.
The nature of the
David should be
charges say
ashamed. He's
something
a
else,
fucking hoarder.
but that's not enough to determine that there's an ongoing danger to the community. So I am giving you a personal recognizance bond today. While you are on bond, you are not to have any contact with Ariel Spears. I heard what you said, Mr. Shand. I'm still going to put in
Is he a
there
stand-up
and
comedian?
unless necessary in the circuit court
Ariel
because
Spears
something
or
could
whatever
change.
she said?
And we don't want to, you don't want to have to monkey around with that if all of a sudden there needs to be an event where they're in the same room together. So I
Better get a
did,
test
so
to
this
be
is what
on.
it says, no contact with Ariel Spears except as necessary in the circuit court. I don't have an address for her. I'm assuming you know what it is. Mr. Emmons, did you want me to put a specific address in lien? It's not in the file.
I can email that to the
Juan's
court.
hair
Okay,
is
so
like
you
a
you
life
would
of
like
its
it
own.
to be in lien?
Yes.
Okay,
We have no
New-
objection. That would be fine.
okay. John, you can put it in the chat and then if you'd like to, and then we can see it.
Three
soon as-
very well coiffed
Get right
men.
to the file. Okay, so do not go to whatever that address is. I'm assuming you know what it is, Mr. Dodd, and if you don't know, it will be on your paperwork when you leave the jail. What I mean by no contact, then in addition to not going to her address, I mean you cannot call her, text her,
Send her
email her. You
flowers.
can't use any of the face-to-face communication applications or social media or another person to deliver a message to her from you. Right? If she tries to contact you, you can't reply. Sometimes
Thank you,
that's
Doug.
really difficult for people, but it's important that you don't reply if she reaches out to you. If she shows up at your house, you can't answer the door.
There you go.
Okay, do you have any questions about what no contact means?
You have to
Say
say
it out
on,
loud.
Well, if
You
she
have to
shows
say
you up
yes or
next-
no out loud.
Yes, I understand.
Okay.
That's
While
very
you're on
scary.
bond, no alcohol, no marijuana, no illegal drugs. We're gonna come back to testing in a minute. No purchase or possession of firearms, weapons, or ammunition.
Not that there's
My
anything wrong with that.
bond recommendation from the prosecutor's office says that Ms. Spears believes that you have access to multiple weapons. Are there firearms in the home where you live?
Just two guns,
No.
Your Honor.
Your father doesn't have firearms. You're not in that kind of situation at all. Okay.
The house I live at is my mother's.
Okay. And she doesn't have any firearms?
Um,
All right. So do not purchase any and do not possess any, not just firearms, but any other kind of dangerous weapon. All right. Do not leave the state of Michigan without permission of the court. Don't engage in any criminal behavior of any kind. No assaultive behavior towards anyone. Any
0.
questions about those conditions?
No.
Point.
Okay, so we have a couple of options for alcohol testing. I think that that's important, given what has been put on the record today about this event. So there are two kinds of tethers, and then there's just the regular urine analysis kinds of testing. My preference would be that you have a tether. You can have one that is on your ankle, monitoring your blood alcohol level all the time, or you can have one that you blow into a couple of times a day. Depends on, sort of on what you're doing in your day-to-day life. Which would you like?
Oh, get to pick.
By the sound of it, I would prefer the one that you blow into.
Okay. So that's called a sober link.
Just leave it there.
So I'm gonna order that you have a sober link alcohol tether.
That is correct.
Prior to your release from jail. So that means that when we're finished here, part of being processed out of the jail is that you need to get a sober link placed. It doesn't go on your body, but you need to get the information.
All right, let's jump over there and see what's going on. Big boy day over at Honorable Judge Cedric Simpson.
There's a beekeeper there.
And the beekeeper is here. We'll see what's happening here. Audio is perfect. Yeah.
And and you say, I didn't understand that. I'm going to have to say
That,
so
yeah,
what?
exactly, Miss Fink. I didn't understand anything.
So, any questions?
No.
All right. Okay. The probable cause conference. So, Mr. Shand, right now we're scheduling for the 22nd. That's next week. If you don't want that, we can do a waiver.
Is this the,
PCC.
yeah, is this going to be with Judge Simpson?
Yep,
He's
9
a
o'clock.
Beekeeper welder. I mean, look at the tattoos. Come on, we got to go over here to Collins.
Except for I don't know when Superior Court date is. I'm looking.
Has he got like a mine tattoo on the one eye?
A hearing
Very odd.
in Superior Court on September 22nd. He's got a number of open cases. Are they all on this same day? Sam? Or Kevin, I mean.
Cases?
Yeah, your Superior Court cases, did they set them all on the same day? I mean, I can look.
I believe that they ran everything like concurrent as far as the same day. I believe so, yeah.
Okay, Your Honor, so right now he's got pretrial September 22nd.
Such a
October
weird
18th.
tattoo.
I'm going to assume there's a readiness hearing. It just says miscellaneous. And he was out of custody and just recently got picked up again on the Superior Court matter. So she's asking to reset the pretrial.
Okay, what date do you want?
Well, right now, we'll take whatever you'll give us, but right now, like I say, he's got pretrial September 22nd, trial isn't until October 25th. Would it make more sense to trail the October dates?
Sure. About November 1st at 1 p.m.
That sounds good.
Okay, we'll send over a notice November 1st at 1 p.m. for the pretrial. If something gets resolved, your attorney can get the matter put on.
Is he, I need to check too.
It's good to see Bonnie Raitt practicing law again.
He's not held on our stuff.
On a musical note, I wonder if he's an aspiring SoundCloud mumble rapper or not.
That tattoo, man, he is inked up. He's more
he's got a lot of
than
work.
man.
Commitment to a life of unemployment.
And I think that was it for us on our in custodies.
Oh, man.
That's all I have, Your Honor.
Well, so be it.
Very much.
Let's head over to the old schoolhouse and see if they're going to be stoking the fire today or not.
Here for pretrial, Mr. Grant is on scram. Ms. Hotman, any comments?
Don't look at me like that.
Yes, Your Honor. My comments are that he has no issues.
All right, thank you.
Made me nervous. Anyways,
The
Your
perfect
Honor,
mold for that
we've had
courtroom,
preliminary
doesn't it?
settlement discussions. I anticipate a resolution. Would ask to come back next Thursday. If Mr. Felicito is here for change of plea.
Is that a week from Thursday?
Or not this Thursday, but the following.
Yeah, that's fine.
I feel like they leave the windows open.
I agree with
In
Mr.
the courtroom,
Yeah.
you get good
Right, Mr.
circulation.
Grant, I'm going to find good cause to continue the pretrial in this matter to Thursday, September 22nd, 9:00 a.m. You're ordered to be personally present. You may not know our same terms and conditions, including this one. All right, thanks.
This judge don't play around. Wham, bam, thank you, ma'am. I sent you to 3 hours of cutting wood for the courthouse.
People versus Jorge Gonzalez, case number is 18443.
Jorge.
And the name of this case is
18537.
Mariposa. So I don't know if that helps you guys any to figure out.
Michael Mack, Mr. Gonzalez, Your Honor. This is a new case. Full seater for the people.
You're appearing on both cases, Mr. Fulton.
Yes, in California.
So it
because
looks
of
like
the
Mr.
California
McAfee, the
flag.
new matter, 18537, is set for October 10th. So we've advanced that to today.
That's true. I would be
for
kind of worried about
payment.
being
A copy of the
hung
complaint.
here.
Point you in that matter also.
This is the county you don't speed through.
Thank you, Your Honor. We waive reading the complaint, classmate of rights, constitutional and statutory rights. We enter not guilty pleas, enter a general time waiver. And we will come back October 25th, Your Honor. Hopefully we'll have a global disposition for both of these cases.
Right, that agreeable with people.
Sure is.
Right, so then, Mr.
Are
Gonzalez,
these
on the new
old-timey
matter, I'm going to release you on
right
those
here?
cognizance. Conditions are obey all
Yeah, how do you
laws.
think they like it?
Right.
You have to light their
License
lanterns.
secured.
Yeah, the lantern.
Yeah, the time is waived to the new matter, Mr. McAfee.
Yes, Your Honor.
We'll have both matters on for pretrial October 25th, that's Tuesday.
You
9
might be
o'clock
right,
a.m.
Creed. Look right here.
So have a seat and there'll be some more.
Seriously, just like, yeah, my God.
Oh my goodness. This is a very strange courtroom. Yes, it does get super steamy.
Speaking
So
of which,
Okay. You live in Pataskala?
Judge George, ladies and gentlemen.
You live in Pataskala? Okay. Did you fill out the Spanish forms there? Can you read those? Can you read Spanish?
That's a weird question.
¿Lee español?
Muy poco, I mean,
Just call him Mario. Look at this.
I gave it to
stamp.
him. He didn't do anything to it.
Hi, Sue.
Sue says she gave it to me, didn't do anything.
I'm going to jail!
Okay, I'll get us an attorney for the next, or an interpreter for the next hearing.
And
On
an
that
attorney.
1,500 cash surety or 10%. Thank you.
Dave.
I will match every dollar donated today over $50.
Next matter is 22 CRB 462 State of Iowa versus Jacqueline Parton. Ms. Parton, you failed to appear for trial. What happened there?
I did appear for the trial. I talked to Chris Brigden. I think we might have been a little bit late. We parked in front of Elliott's.
T, where you at?
Birch were with me.
She a spinner?
Has he talked to you about that yet?
What's that?
Has he said anything about that yet?
Who?
Chris Brigden.
No.
Who? Who's that?
Okay.
He was here in the court waiting on you.
That's what I said. I think we might have been a little bit late, but we were there.
Well, we don't have court at Elliott's.
Well, I know, but I'm saying that's where we ran into my lawyer at, was that we were getting out of the car at Elliott's, and he had said that for Monday and Tuesday, he got a continuance for all his clients.
No.
Does that make any sense?
Nope.
No. None.
He said no. He literally said no.
Bond, you want to reset for trial?
Can we do that? Will you release me on my own OR? And I was going to ask you if maybe I could get a different attorney, because we're not communicating real.
Okay. All right.
Let me out on my own OR.
But I promise you, I was there.
Okay. If you want to send me a letter asking for a different attorney, I'll consider that.
Oh, mistake.
Well, now how should I go about doing that? And I'm sorry about that.
Here's $1. Here's the other.
Wait till he does that 50 times in a row. Carter, stop barking.
Give this lady another lawyer.
Okay, 2,500 cash surety, 10%. We'll get that reset for trial here.
So does that mean you get out of jail or?
You have to post bond. You've missed court multiple times now. Thank you.
Thank you.
All right, so we were in the other court yesterday
Next matter is 22 CRB 1437.
without the monitor, but if
versus Justin Varner.
there's a monitor here, though.
Mr. Varner, today's
And a
hearing will be
courtroom
recorded.
full.
Anything you say can be used against you in the future. You have a right to an attorney if you cannot afford
DV,
one, make an
baby.
application for court-appointed attorney. I have a complaint here charging you with domestic violence. Did you receive a copy of that complaint?
Yes, Your Honor.
Do you need me to read that to you today?
Well, I got a copy right here, Your Honor.
You have the right for me to read that to you. Do you need me to do that or not?
No, it's okay.
Okay. The maximum penalty for that offense is 180 days in jail and a $1,000 fine. Any questions about that charge?
Yeah. Will I be able to get released, or how's that going to work today?
Well, we'll talk about your bond if you want to enter a not guilty plea today here. After that, or if you want to plead guilty, we'll talk about sentencing.
Oh, two more.
Yeah, I'll plead not guilty for that.
Okay. You want to say anything before I set your bond?
Nothing more than that. I'm a working father. I have my son. I have full custody of him, and I'm in the process of starting my own business. And this was just a whole complete accident that just happened.
Man,
It was a stupid mistake. Put it that way.
You have somewhere you can stay. Somewhere else you can stay if I let you out.
Yeah, I have my mother that lives here in Newark, and my oldest brother that lives here as well.
Oh, is that why she's barking?
That's funny. Come on now, that's funny. Did she bring the meatballs? That's the question. Oh, that's great. Yeah. If I had 50 cents.
Are you on probation?
No, sir. No, Your Honor.
Okay. But you're not on
I haven't been in
probation?
trouble in a long time.
You're not on probation in Circleville?
No, Your Honor.
Okay.
That's probably Heather. That might be my kid's mother.
Oh, okay. Does she have an OVI down there?
Yes, she does.
Okay.
Wow, what a gem she is. A great couple. Strong ties.
Okay, yeah, that's Heather.
He lost his job manscaping. Just wasn't any good at it. Kept trying to take his work home. Why didn't the dog let her in, by the way? I thought Coda could at least let her in.
You just,
A bunch of beautiful people there in the
you have
court.
OVI in 18. Is that what you have?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Oh, she's smoking. He's smoking. Here comes Emily.
Hello.
Oh, welcome. Glad you were let in the house.
I know. I was sitting out there for a good 5 minutes.
Well, that's good. It gives you a chance to finish your cigarette.
I don't
Okay.
smoke.
Release you on the condition you have no contact with Heather Pacino. You understand that?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay.
Domestic violence.
Oh,
Thank you.
I feel like that's almost all of these. It's all
And he's the better.
Your Honor,
Yeah.
That's loud.
possible to just appoint that OJ attorney that maybe somebody could speak with him?
Yeah, I can make a note of that. That's yeah.
Sue everybody.
Talk to him.
Because I'm not even going to explain anything, even help him fill out a sheet.
Yeah, it sounds like he can't. He must not be able to read.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Well, that's pretty good.
all right, great, thank you.
I'll try to do that. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Hi.
All right. Well, that was everybody in there. Now we're going to go to the courtroom full. Got a lot sitting here ready to go.
Wait, that's the other one that's down here?
No. Where we're at, we're not going to leave.
Oh.
Staying
I thought you said
licking.
we were going somewhere.
No, we were done with those people.
Oh.
Now we'll
Okay,
actually.
you heard me tell those folks today's hearing is being recorded. Anything you say can be used against you in the future. You have a right to an attorney if you cannot afford one. You can apply for a court-appointed attorney. When I call your name, have a seat at the table. We'll go over your charge. And make sure you understand what you've been charged with. You need to enter a plea of either guilty, not guilty, or no contest today. And then you need to go to the clerk's office. Do not leave today without checking out at the clerk's office. Next matter is 22 TRC 7757 and 22 TRC 7820, State of Ohio versus Aaliyah Summers.
Aaliyah Summers. That name sounds familiar. I wonder if I know this person.
Yes.
Okay.
Very tall. Wow, good for her.
Just give that to him. That's fine.
Thank you.
Tall women.
All right. This looks like the same incident.
No, he's out checking
OBI
traffic,
charges,
you know.
from September 11th. Did she receive a copy of those citations?
She did, Your Honor.
Okay.
Traffic
Everyone
citation.
answer, please.
Shame.
We will enter a plea of not guilty, waive further reading of any complaints. I would also like to put our notice of appeal of the ALS suspension on the record and
Okay.
waive the 5-day hearing requirement.
Nice looking lady.
All right, I'll get that.
She is very tall. Wonder if she
Whoever
played
gets this signed
basketball.
to. Did you file a written appeal?
I have not
You
yet.
have
Your Honor.
not?
We were just
Okay.
waiting on
Did
this.
Creed have meatballs today?
Okay.
When did he?
Why don't you do that? Because it's
You
the
need
case
to-
isn't assigned to a judge yet, so it might get lost in the shuffle otherwise.
She's a tall drink of water. She likes to drive against the law.
Okay, I'll set a OR bond. Thank you. The next matter is 16 TRD 2701, State of Ohio versus Paige Dickinson.
Dickinson. That's a funny name.
She doesn't look like looks unsure for feet.
Ms. Dickinson, I have a ticket from March
When is that loud of?
22nd of
Are we doing that today?
2016, charging you with driving or failure to reinstate your license and expired tags. You recall receiving that?
Yeah,
Okay.
Expired tag.
I thought
Shame.
it was something interesting. It's just expired tag.
Wow. Listen to her run down our show.
Maximum penalty for failure to reinstate
Did you hear that?
is 500 hours of community service and a $1,000 fine. The maximum penalty for the tax charge is a $150 fine. You have any question about those charges today?
no, sir.
Okay. And how would you like to plead?
Guilty.
Okay. You understand that a guilty plea is a complete admission of your guilt?
Sit
Yes,
down.
sir.
You understand you're waiving your right to a trial today?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Your wife said it wasn't nothing interesting. It was expired tag.
Accept your guilty plea. I'll find you guilty.
I mean, let's be honest. It's
Today
a
before I enter your fine.
majority of those are
Yeah,
unlicensed
I was driving without
dogs.
a license. I was leaving an abusive relationship in the middle of the night. That night when I got pulled over, I had all my stuff in the car.
Good excuse.
And I left, and I haven't been back through here since then.
Okay. Where do you live?
I live in Columbus now.
Okay.
I've been living in Columbus for 6 years, and I just got a really good job at Cigna Healthcare. And when they ran my background, they was like, well, you can't start work. You have a warrant in Licking County. So I called and I am.
Okay. All right. Good. Thank you. Okay. $9 on the tags. 50 in court costs on the other charge. Okay. All right. Thank
You
you.
matching those fines today too?
No. You kidding me? I ain't got that kind of money.
Next matter is 22 CRB 1369, State of Ohio versus Candace Clark.
Do I go out this way?
Just follow him.
That was Candace.
Two.
Step on up.
And let the record reflect Mr. Tabor's here on behalf of Ms. Clark.
Guy there with a mullet, by the way.
You may. All right, I have a complaint here charging Ms. Clark with assault. Did she receive that?
She did, Judge.
Okay.
I barely could hear her.
Oh, yeah, I could barely hear her at all. It's just your voice.
So, go ahead.
Maybe who's handsome? We'll see.
this case.
Maybe.
Come to court pursuant to summons with counsel, respectfully request for time since fund.
I wouldn't want to arm wrestle her.
Let's see. She does not live with Mr. Holland. Is that right?
The other party was strangers.
A minor. Okay. They were strangers.
Correct.
Okay.
Second at the fair.
Get in trouble quick. She's a bridesmaid, never a bride.
Kind of like Stoney.
Yes. They both own the same dress, which is ironic.
Sue seems like in good spirits today.
She had a light load, Creed. Light loads make her happy.
I like how the Spanish-speaking guys thinks he can't even read.
Yeah.
Okay,
They give him
I'll
to read in
assume
Spanish and he couldn't read
You
it.
have no contact with the Holland family. You understand that?
Oh, the whole family.
Bring the whole family in here.
Next matter is 22 CRB 1386, State of Ohio versus Albert Caldwell.
Yeah, look at that hair, boy. Ooh.
He's wearing a mop back there.
Lead singer of Puddle of Mud is here.
Charging you with domestic violence. Did you receive a copy of that complaint?
Yeah.
Thought it was Elias from Nonpoint.
Could have been.
Do you need me to read that complaint to you today?
No, sir. My attorney's not here.
Okay, who's your attorney?
His name's Chris Hill.
Okay. He's not made an appearance yet in the case. He's going to enter a not guilty plea today. Then.
Yeah.
Okay. You've hired Mr. Hill.
Do what?
You've hired Mr. Hill.
Yeah.
Okay.
As of Friday.
From Zanesville.
Yeah.
Mr. Hill. Okay.
Mr. Hill.
Yeah. Graham. Yeah. Okay. You want to say anything before I set your bond today?
Listen.
Okay. Maximum penalty is 180 days in jail, $1,000 fine. Let's see here.
Sorry, I was just getting an update on the new $500+ cat litter box that we have, and the cats are using it. So. No, I.
Is it the one that spins?
It's a giant. Do you have a picture of it?
I do, of the one that at the night.
Did you get the complaint in the mail?
Cats are living better than Creed.
It's the only thing that I've got.
In the mail?
Yeah.
Okay.
Nice.
Okay.
And then that night version.
Oh, then it's got a nightlight too.
Oh, wow.
That turns on when you walk in a room, by the way.
High dollar.
It's pretty neat. I'm just glad they're using it. Colty just dumps on the floor, so hopefully, and there's been no dumping on the floor yet. So. Maybe.
Just maybe.
They have one better model than this
Okay.
that is connected to
Today
Wi-Fi.
On your kindness, on the condition you have no contact with Alexandria Duval. You understand that? Okay. Thank you.
Leave her alone.
Next matter is 22 TRC 7787, State of Ohio versus Jeffrey Nutter.
Great name.
Jeffrey.
It's Mr. Nutter, ladies and gentlemen. Put you all that.
Mr. Nutter, I have a ticket from September 10 charging you with speeding, operating vehicle and influence of alcohol.
Tiny Creed frame just happened.
Driving enhancement. Did you receive a copy of that?
Yes, Your Honor.
It was
The maximum penalty for speeding is a $150 fine. The maximum penalty for operating vehicle and influence of alcohol or drugs, in your case, is 6 months in jail, a $1,075 fine, and a 3-year license suspension. There's a mandatory minimum penalty of 3 days in jail or a 3-day driver intervention program, $375 fine, and a 1-year license suspension. Distracted driving is an enhancement of up to $100 fine if you were to be convicted of another traffic offense.
Just getting ready
Any
for
questions
today's
about those charges?
Creed frame free. We got a chase.
getting them out now. Somebody should have told him to button that top button. That's just so
I know.
professional.
I tried to tell him before he even got up to the desk there that you go through all that. That's probably what he wears, for work, and he comes into court and dresses down.
He looks like a very depressed, used car salesman.
Okay, I'll continue your bond as posted. Thank you.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Next matter is 22 TRC 7808, State of Iowa versus Jacob Ditto.
Ditto, Paditto. So racist, making the two black guys wait till the end.
He's a snazzy dresser.
Mr. Ditto, I have a ticket from September 9 charging you with operating a vehicle under the influence of alcohol or drugs with a chemical test refusal, as well as an open container charge. Did you receive a copy of that ticket?
I did.
Okay. Maximum penalty for open container is a $150 fine. Maximum penalty for the OVI offense is
$9.
Was yours in 2001? Your previous? Did you have a previous?
$650.
I did. It was
21. Should say
a couple
20.
years back, I think. 2 or 3, maybe.
Yeah. Okay. So that's incorrect. Okay. So the maximum penalty is 6 months in jail, $1,625 fine, and a 7-year license suspension. There's a mandatory minimum penalty of 20 days in jail, $525 fine, and a 1-year license suspension. Any question about those charges today?
No, sir.
Okay. How would you like to plead?
Not guilty.
That's a tough thing to claim not guilty to. I mean,
yeah, good luck with that. But I guess you get a good enough lawyer that can get it knocked down maybe a little bit, or I mean, I guess that's what you're hoping for.
Okay, I'll continue your bond as posted. Thank you.
I was going to ask if I could possibly switch to an OR bond since I have a good track record of.
Let me see the phone.
I always come to court. I've been arrested 15 times, Your Honor, and I've always showed up.
Okay, you do show up to court. Unfortunately, I've seen you a lot here last.
I'm sorry about that. Yeah, on both sides though. So
I know.
That's
Okay.
bad.
Never good.
I'll do that for you.
I appreciate it.
All right.
Good for him.
Next matter is 22 TRD
Dick Harris, thank you.
versus, Johnny Preston.
Johnny Punani. Get on down here, boy. But Johnny, oh, there he is. I thought maybe he wasn't there.
It says 2 offenses. Is it, you have 2 offenses?
Johnny's got beautiful hair.
Preston. I just have 1. Okay. All right, Mr. Preston, I have a ticket from May 19th charging you with driving under suspension. Do you recall receiving that ticket? Okay. Maximum penalty for that offense
What if he said no? I don't remember getting that.
is 500 hours of community service and a $1,000 fine. You have any questions about that charge? Okay. Looks like we set you for the hearing once before. You haven't appeared on this ever, have you? Yeah, okay. Did you?
There's so much.
Email or anything like that?
I don't know if they sent it to the wrong address.
Okay. Okay. You have any questions about that charge?
Yes, actually, because I paid. So I was on a SR-22,
Mm-hmm.
and I was late on the payment, but literally that day, I paid it.
Okay.
Literally early that
Okay.
day. I got pulled up later.
All right.
On his computer.
That's everything. Wrap it up.
Showing up at the suspension.
Okay. Are you valid today?
No.
You're not valid today? Okay. All right. How would you like to plead today?
How'd you get to court today?
That'd be my next question.
Okay. You understand the guilty plea is a complete admission of your guilt?
Yes,
You understand by pleading guilty, you're waiving your right to a trial?
sir.
Okay. So you missed a payment on your SR-22? Okay. What happened? Well, you're not valid now because this is still open, or is there some other reason?
Well, I missed another payment, but
You missed another payment?
Yeah, and then I recently just had to sell my car and everything, so I ain't been able to really get to work.
Okay.
Okay. So what's keeping you from your license back?
The money. I've been trying to get to work and stuff.
Just money?
Yeah, my grandma, she need her car too.
Yeah. Okay. Let me look you up real quick on the BMV. See what's going on.
Oh.
Uh-oh. That's not
Judge George ain't playing today. So SR22 is what you get on, like, if you have a lapse in insurance, or I don't remember what that is. It's like a special thing when you F up, if I'm not mistaken.
I mean, it makes sense to keep making your payments, but you know, it happens, Creed. This young man is falling on hard times.
Well, hello there.
Real quick, while he's looking, let's look up the very young Leonard here, having a real time with the camera.
All right, sir, are you?
Oh, wait a minute.
Present is the prosecutor and standby defense counsel to charge against you.
Hey, it's Dave.
Yeah. Anybody remember Dave? I mean,
I remember Dave.
The registers, yeah.
Did you remember how much Dave loved shopping for leather jackets?
All you have is your non-compliance. So you just need SR22 and reinstate it. All right. I'll pose $50 fine and court costs. Okay. Thank you.
That's it.
Next matter, 22 CRB 796, State of Iowa versus LaShawn Robinson.
All right, last one here, and then we'll jump over to Dave because I love watching him.
Dave is doing some serious reading right now. I mean, he is into it.
All right, Lola. So I was right. I thought so. I thought that's what that was. Then you got to get special insurance.
2 complaints here charging you with theft and criminal mischief.
Yep.
Did you receive a copy of those?
Yes.
Okay.
Mischief.
Did you need me to read those to you today?
No.
Okay. Maximum penalty for theft is 180 days in jail, $1,000 fine. Maximum penalty for criminal mischief is 60 days in jail and a $500 fine. You have any question about those charges?
Yeah, so where did the charge come from?
It is Pataskala, May 16th or May 17th.
It doesn't have the address?
The police report might. Let me check here.
Is he gonna go for like I was never charged for this, never happened?
Is he gonna go? I don't understand these laws. I don't live by these laws. I'm a sovereign citizen, Your Honor.
It might be 283 Monarch.
By the way, I like how Darcy put that extra naughty insurance.
Extra naughty.
It's what?
It was my property.
That's your property?
Yeah.
Okay. Is that your address?
Not anymore.
Well, my grandma's.
But
I consider it mine.
Tamper with property and stuff like that. But if I pay bills there, you know. So.
Okay. Well, I can check and see what they're. Looks like the Ring camera, the keypad to a lock. I think that's all I can tell here.
Okay.
Is what they're alleged that he took. Okay. Any other questions today?
No.
Okay.
Speaking of the zebras, there is a zoo near where I lived in Myrtle Beach that had a zonkey.
Congrats.
It's a zonkey.
I
I like that the damn Ring doorbell got him.
I'll get that application filed today, okay? All right, thank you.
That's it in Lincoln. Thanks, Judge George.
He looks very...
There's a report that I have. I don't remember the specific date, but that you were in fact with her
Why don't Dave
at a
steal it?
hotel here in
Is it a
Gaylord.
light box?
You got a light box, bud.
Yes, sir.
Was this last
That's
night,
her-
Your Honor?
I think so, yeah.
Okay, that was why I was confused because I noticed the date of the citation was the 8th. Okay.
Yeah, at any rate,
Amanda didn't want
you were
everybody
there.
to see that
Did
she's
you
in
know
a
you weren't
trailer.
supposed to have contact with her?
Yes, sir, I did. I didn't realize that she couldn't have she got a hold of me, wanted to talk. We had that fight. She wanted to talk and go over what happened that day. And I just felt that that had to be talked
Alright,
about,
I
and
just- I'm not going to change your bond. I'm going to reinstate your bond that you already posted. But you need to understand that you cannot have contact with her, even if she wants to have contact with you.
I understand that at this point.
Understand
Right,
that
if she calls you
now.
up, stops by your house, sends you a Facebook message, anything like that, you have to turn and walk away or not respond, period.
A zonkey.
Very real.
Yes, sir. I'm the one
So-
in orange.
Oh,
Right, so you'll be released later this afternoon. You'll get the hearing date. Just remember, no contact with her, period. Because if it happens, I sort of understand why it happened this time, but if it happens again, I'll know I've been very clear to you and I'll have really no choice but to strongly consider leaving you in jail. I don't want that. You
I
don't want
gotcha.
that. So,
No,
okay.
sir, I don't.
All right. Also, conditions of bond indicate that you're not to consume or possess any alcohol or drugs that are not prescribed for you.
Okay.
Just so you're aware of that as well. Okay, and it'll
All
have
right.
a hearing date for you. Make sure you're here at the hearing date, which will be by Zoom, even if you don't have an
I
attorney.
love Dave.
All right, yes, sir.
The paperwork
Thank
will
you,
get
sir.
over to the jail sometime this afternoon and you'll be released then.
Is Dave's coat
thank
a
you, sir.
prop from
Appreciate it.
Talking Heads
All set.
video?
Thank you.
I want to take you over to the Graves County Courthouse real quick.
Let's go.
And we'll come right back. The Graves County Courthouse. Yes, this is a real thing and it's live and we're doing some woodwork. It looks like a garage though. It really is. Look,
wood turning it though. Build stuff with AJ.
Is he making it for the courthouse? Maybe.
Maybe. It looks like he's making chess pieces though.
Oh, I was thinking that was something that they sold at Adam and Eve.
Well, I mean, you can put anything anywhere, Creed.
Wooden though, that doesn't work out so well, does it?
Glass works great.
I heard that. Oh, Dave is gonna start drooling again. Can somebody get him a little? He does this a lot with his.
I know a lot of people think Dave is frozen, but no.
Okay.
No, that's just how Dave is.
He's not.
All right. I don't know if you want to come up and have a seat.
Look at
All
that
right,
door,
your
by the
attorney,
way.
Mr.
A lot of
Levinson, are you
ass.
there?
Yes,
I am.
Hi, Dave.
All right, your client is here.
All
His
right.
Parents as well. Connor, this is a show cause hearing. As I said, your attorney is here, the prosecutor is here. Ms. Peacock, yes, if you could outline what this show cause is about.
Your Honor, originally I filed the show cause request because over the weekend of August 5th through 8th, the police were at Connor's mother's house on 3 separate occasions. They were able to deal with the situations each time, and when they left the house, he was calm. But then school started. The more things began with orientation. Connor had a meltdown at school with orientation because he wasn't happy with his schedule. And he went into the office and was screaming and using profane language. And he really traumatized one of the secretaries.
Was it Dave
School
that did
had
this?
to deal with her for 20 minutes after. Then school started this past week. Connor was sent home twice. One of those times he was suspended. It was more screaming, profanity, things like that. Connor's been on probation since June of 2020, and we have used every resource that we have had, sometimes multiple times. He's been in our programs.
And before we get to those, let me address the specifics of the.
How many times a day do you hit him?
Connor, do you understand what probation is saying happened?
Yes.
Okay, you have certain rights. I want to explain those to you. You have the right to have an attorney, that's Mr. Leonardson. You have the right to a contested hearing. We could do that, and probation.
Connor, you
would
got the
have to show
oldest
by
attorney
preponderance
living.
that these were true, or else the case would be dismissed. You'd have the right to have your attorney ask questions of witnesses against you, and to have the court order your own witnesses to be here. Do you understand your rights?
Yes, sir.
Okay, Mr. Leonardson, I know you're at a little disadvantage that you're not here. But
And
how
that
would you
you're
like to proceed
110.
on this show cause?
Well, I
Take
would
him to
like to
work,
talk to
Leonard.
Connor, but I have no problem with the proceeding at this time. But if it gets to a point,
Go ahead, finish.
go into a breakout room, but you can go forward with it this time.
All right. Do you want me to address Connor directly?
It
Yes.
is Nick Harris.
Okay.
Beautiful light
All right.
ring.
Connor, you heard what Ms. Peacock said. Are those things true?
Yes, sir.
Okay, all right. I should put you under oath. If you could raise your right hand. You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
Okay, once again, I have to ask you the same question. You heard what Ms. Peacock said, correct?
Yes.
And are those things true about the meltdowns?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
The
I
meltdown.
will, and I should ask the parents, do you both agree with your son's decision to make those admissions?
Yes, Your Honor.
Right, yes, sir?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, the court will accept the plea.
Is Dave reading closed captions?
For a probation violation, Ms. Peacock, your recommendations?
Recommendations for Connor are that he be placed in the individualized treatment programming in the Ottawa County Juvenile Detention Center until further order of the court. Connor worked diligently in all aspects of his treatment, and Connor's parents attend and fully participate in all aspects of Connor's programming. It is not a detention center. I want to make that clear. It's within the detention center, but it is a treatment program. And it will be customized specifically for Connor's needs.
Ms. Brooker, any comments?
Ms. Detect, we have to go through reasonable efforts and all that stuff.
I will.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't have any comments about the recommendation.
All right, before I turn to you, Mr. Leonardson, ma'am.
Uh-oh.
Ma'am, or sir, did you have any comments based on that recommendation?
We got to cry.
Your parents. And Connor, I'll hear from you and we'll have a discussion.
Amanda up here rolling her eyes
Ma'am, did
constantly,
you
by
want
the
to
way.
say anything concerning that recommendation?
No, Your Honor.
Sir, did you? Nope. All right, Mr. Leonardson, any
Her
comments?
dad- his dad was
You
like,
heard
nope.
the parents, they did not elect to make a comment at this time.
No, I would like to have talked to Connor before, but the recommendations are not out of line with the offense.
Okay, Connor, is there anything you want to tell me?
No.
You know, Connor, we run into each other in the hallway a lot. And
They go to school
really,
together.
I don't ever remember the 20 years or so that I've been a judge to see anybody that much, and I like that. I enjoy those conversations we have. You're a good young man, but you can't do things like this. And what this is, and you heard Ms. Peacock say, this is treatment, this is not detention, because it will help you change. It's up to you to make the changes, but this will help you to do that. And so you'll be the person you want to be. I mean, this is hard for your parents, hard for the people around you, and it's hard for you. You're how old now?
Almost 15.
Almost 15. And you're kind of a good sized kid, and nothing wrong with
Oh,
that.
a good sized boy.
It's scary when you go into these outbursts, and that's what you need some help on changing that. So I'm going to adopt that recommendation. I do think it's the right thing for you at this point, but I know it's hard to hear.
Connor's got to do some hard time, baby.
I just need to state for the record, it is contrary to the welfare of Connor Lacey to remain in the home due to his increasingly aggressive outbursts in the home and at school. His inability to control his emotions and lash out at those near him put the public and himself at risk of physical harm and more serious future incarcerations for Connor. Reasonable efforts to prevent the removal of Connor from the home have been made, and these efforts include intensive probation and prior out-of-home placements, DHHS involvement, youth fitness academy, healthy living, EDGE, counseling, and an in-home specialist.
All right, the court adopts those as the findings of the court. Connor, you'll need to go with the officers here. There's some folks who are going to transport you.
Can I just hang out with my mom and dad for a second?
Sure, I'll leave that up to the transporters and folks here. But,
I hope they patted Connor
love
ground
you.
down
They
for
really
shivs
do.
before they come in
Be
the
able to
courtroom.
Have contact with you. I will see if you're going to have a conversation with him before he goes.
Yes, Your Honor. One of the wonderful things about this placement is that they are very good at involving the family and the counseling and with Connor's treatment. And he'll have phone calls, he'll have Zoom visits, things like that with his parents.
Okay. And Connor, it's important that you put your best effort. I know you're still in shock hearing this, and I get that, but put your best effort in this. You don't want to go down there and cause problems. You want to go down there and say, okay, what do I need to learn in part so I
By
can
the
get
way,
done with
that
the
light
program
box is for
quicker,
Dave's
and in part so I can
OnlyFans.
Be the person parents want you to be, that we want you to be, that you want to be. Okay, so make that commitment. I'm looking forward to seeing you back here. We will talk during the time you're at the program by Zoom, and basically by Zoom. So you
I was
can-
thinking a corpse, but
Okay. Do you have any questions for me? All right. Mr. Rock, do you want him to go with you?
Mr. Leonardson had said he wanted to talk to Connor.
Just hold on just one
I
second.
don't know
Mr.
if-
Leonardson, do you want to speak to Connor? I'm not quite sure. how
Get
I
your
will-
shit
would
together, young
accomplish
man.
that. Or could it be set
No.
up out there at the?
Have conversations with his attorney, yes.
It might be easier to do it that way because
There you
we're in court and we don't have really an easy place where we could take him where he can speak to you.
That's fine, Your Honor. I'll contact him at his placement.
All right, very good. Thank you. So Connor, if you want to go with Mr. Rock.
By the way, Lisa Snoopy, I sent you a message. Thank you. I just realized that yesterday, by the way. I believe that was you, Lisa Snoopy.
hang on, Snoopy. Snoopy, hang on.
Listen, thank you. Guys, we're getting close to winding it down because it's a busy day. I want to run over to, this is not double dirty, but it looks close to it. Very busy day. Got a man with crutches back there. I have no idea what they're all doing, but
Well, I'm just glad that courtroom's over. Dave has got to go to dinner right now.
The court will find that both
Eat some
defendants have
corn.
made a knowing, intelligent, and voluntary waiver of their rights. Do the people have a motion with respect to the
is it
balance
still
of
just
Mr.
Dave and
Reyes?
him over there?
The next
Are they
letter
talking
is
or?
on Lucille and Raylan Carlson.
Fire bad. Better
Oh,
call
this is
Saul.
Just a guardian ad litem report.
Hey, isn't that Ronnie's
Delaney.
brother, younger brother?
If I
Could
can
be.
just give my report on the record. The, as the court is aware,
I was going to ask him about that after.
the children are now placed with Amanda and Randy Reynolds. And I've spoken to, oh, here it is. I'll get my notes.
I want to stay with Dave.
Lucille is 5. She's in the 1st grade at Vanderbilt.
Oh, what are we doing?
Is in the IEP or completing the IEP program for speech, but she's doing well. And she's getting her dental procedures up to date. Raylyn is 8. She's in counseling, but her behavior counseling is going very well. And she's in the 4th grade at Vanderbilt.
Hi, Dave. So I wanted to say, so W. Reyes, whatever his name is, when he first came on, and you can't back this one up. When he first came on, he's sitting in a corner, and there's this big ass flag behind him with a weird red something or other that was blurred out, and it looked very much like something that you wouldn't want to have hanging in court, as if he's into something. So after about a minute, he went away and then came back with this, with the back. Nancy, I am too. I don't know what they're talking about, Doctor. I love Dave, but I don't.
Yeah, we started talking about too many children. Connor was enough, but now we were dipping down into way too many children.
Oh no, Dave is great. I thought he's maybe a little bit old for what he does, but anyways, let's listen and see what's going
To the
on here.
victim. Mr. Singh, you must report to probation within 30 days for them to determine whether there is any amount that you owe. You have a right to a hearing if you disagree with that amount.
Wow, card. West of the Rockies.
Mr. Reyes, you're to report to DMV within 30 days to install an interlock device on your vehicle for a period of 12 months. Both of you must pay a $1,600 fine.
Ouch.
Plus a $150 restitution fund fine, $40 security fee, $30 criminal assessment fee, and a $4 emergency medical fine. You both must go to Revenue and Recovery within the next 30 days. And that is at 1010 10th Street to set up a payment plan
10-10
for your
wins.
fines and fees.
You give us 10 minutes.
Is there anything else
you
we
the
need to address?
I don't believe so, Your Honor.
Okay, thank you, everybody. Good luck. Mr. Reyes, you understand and accept these terms of probation?
I don't live anywhere near Modesto. I don't know how I can do any of that, but I'll try.
Well, you're gonna have to go to at least our work project and try to get it transferred to a sheriff's office near you. So I would suggest you call, and you may need to come in to do that. I don't know if they will transfer your sentence to another county or not. That's up to the sheriff. As far as the
Sure.
DUI classes, I have no objection to you doing them in. What county are you in?
Depends. I have no idea yet. As I currently don't have a house.
So, Mr. Wolf, what county are you asking for the DUI classes?
We could ask for San Francisco County.
San Mateo, I guess.
Mateo? Okay, I have no objection to you doing the classes in San Mateo or Modesto. And you will need to go to the DMV. I don't think you have to go to the Stanislaus County DMV, but I wouldn't know that for sure. But I would think any DMV would do.
He's got quite the attitude, doesn't he?
Yeah, he doesn't have a home, but yeah, he lives with the
Anything else we need to take care of?
beautiful
Just
Aurora Borealis.
Was there a jury trial on one of these?
for Reyes.
For who? Okay, Mr. Reyes's jury trial is vacated on September 21st. How about Mr. Singh? Did he have one?
No.
No, Your Honor, but
Okay.
I would like the court to be aware that with Mr. Singh, he did show me his AA proof and he is in compliance.
Excellent.
That,
Did Mr.
what's
Reyes
her name that
need
we watch
AA?
over with
No, Your
Niner?
Honor.
Okay.
Sap.
All right. Anything else, anybody? Okay, thank you, everybody. Good luck.
Say something bad, Wolf.
Take off your background. Damn it. I want you to see the. God bless.
Who's the child attorney?
One more matter that I am ready on.
Well, where was he appearing by Zoom?
Do you want to hang out for a few minutes, or what do you want to do, Mikey?
Okay.
It's up to you. If you want to keep up with this, we can keep up with this.
I don't mind hanging out for a little longer. It's okay. I know
Okay.
we got a long day, but I'm all right with that. If you guys want court to continue, we can go into
Mr.
overtime for a little
Meyer,
bit.
Was Mr. Meyer still here? Mr. Meyer, on that third time DUI that you had this morning, I just realized we did not do the habitual traffic offender.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I think we're gonna have to do that.
Are they calling people up from the
What's her name? Lopez?
looks like they got a pretty busy day.
And we all forgot. So
Are these all traffic infractions?
That's what I'm wondering. I'll tell you what, I'm gonna run out and check the traffic and
What
weather
type of
together.
vehicle was
Jump
this?
over here.
That was gonna be a black
All right.
Lincoln.
I'll BRB.
What did Mr. Cameron indicate that happened?
Indicate that while he was walking out of the store, going back to his vehicle, he was pushed from behind, which at that time he fell to the ground. And two black males came behind him, grabbed his car keys. One black male hopped in the vehicle. The other one went to the passenger seat. He went around to the passenger seat, to the passenger side while he was approaching one of the subjects. He pulled up his shirt, displayed a handgun, and that's when the victim walked away, called 911, reported that his vehicle had been hijacked.
Was there video surveillance from this convenience store to show what happened?
Yes, ma'am.
Were you able to review that video surveillance?
Can we
Yes,
see
ma'am.
it?
Please tell us what you saw from that video footage.
So before the victim walked out of the store, I saw two black males standing on the corner of the sidewalk. After they saw the victim walk out, they walked up to the victim. As I said before, when he stepped off the curb, he was pushed off the sidewalk. That's when they grabbed his car keys, got into the vehicle, and left the scene.
Hey, where are the white women at? Were you able to see the suspect pull up his shirt and show the handgun from the video?
Yes, ma'am.
Were you able to get a good identification for both of those individuals from watching that video?
Yes, ma'am.
That's the first
How
camera
did
that's
you
ever
go
been
about
watched.
locating or identifying those two subjects?
So the first subject, mother turned him in the same day that the whole situation occurred. Then 3 days later on June 6th, that's when the same mother came into the police department, gave us a first name for Jameer and gave us an address. That time I took the address and TLO it, came back to look at my report
Had
for
to
the
be
address
that
of
nice of a video camera.
928 Champions Way in McDonough. When I TLO it, I was able to find Mr. Jameer's name listed on the address. I ran his oil in, which I got a picture, and it matched the picture of the suspect in the video.
Look, it's pretty bad when your mom turns you in and get in trouble.
Just so we're clear, when you say that one of the suspects, the mother identified him, is that the co-defendant, Mr. Ray?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Did Mr. Ray's mother give you the name of Mr. Solomon?
Just his first name. She didn't know his last name. She just know Jameer. And she also watched the video that we seen from surveillance. She ID'd both of them. One being her son and the other one being Mr. Jameer.
Was there
T, good to see you.
a general bolo that went out, or how did Mr. Ray's mother identify the suspects initially?
So initially, Mr. Ray called his mother before, I guess, the carjacking took place to come pick him, for her to come pick him up. By the time she arrived on scene, the whole incident already took place, and she was asked to see the video. After she watched the video, that's when she ID'd both of the subjects.
Damn.
One being her son.
From the video, Detective McFadden, can you tell us who was the driver of the vehicle that was a subject of the hijacking?
It's going to be Mr. Jameer. He's the one that got into the driver's seat.
Did Mr. Jameer Solomon drive off in the vehicle?
Yes, ma'am.
There's another guy, but I guess he's not as in much trouble as this young man is after his mom dropped a dime on him.
From the video, Detective, were you able to determine which of the subjects pushed Mr. Cameron down?
That was going to be Mr. Ray.
And while Mr. Ray did that, what was Mr. Jameer Solomon doing?
Dancing.
So after Mr. Ray pushed down the victim, that's when Jameer came up behind him, took the keys out of Mr. Ray's hand, and got into the driver's seat.
I wouldn't mess with him. He told me to do something. I was like, yep, you got it. Not a problem.
Mr. Cameron indicate whether or not he knew either of these individuals?
He did not know either one of those individuals.
Rodney Williams has got his hands full if he's the defense attorney.
Were you able to speak to Mr. Jameer Solomon?
Can you just say that one more time? You broke up.
Were you able to, I'm sorry, were you able to speak to the defendant, Jameer Solomon?
We spoke for maybe 10 seconds. When I asked to talk to him, he gave me attitude, so I spoke with his mother instead of him.
Frank, good to see you, bud.
Were you able to locate the keys or the vehicle that was taken from Mr. Cameron?
No, ma'am. The vehicle was wrecked, ended up being wrecked on a dead end street and left.
Are you able to pause? Is
So
this
the keys
live?
in the vehicle was
not.
recovered
It
after
just
it was
ended a little bit
wrecked.
ago, but I can't pause it. Yes.
Yeah, will you give me I was listening to bits and pieces while we were figuring out something I'm gonna do real quick. What is happening again?
So they went behind a gentleman at a gas station, pushed him from behind, took his keys, and jacked his car. It was kind of stupid because he had called his mom for a ride first. So his mom was on the way to pick him up. and then he did the carjacking while she was basically getting there to pick him up. And she wanted to see the footage from the convenience store. And when she did, she said, "Yep, that's my son, and that's so-and-so with him."
Before we go back to that, very quickly, while I was out checking the traffic and weather together, this is kind of weird because we were just talking about the zonkey, right?
Yes.
So there's a zoo that has been in the news. This has nothing to do with court, but I just want to show you really quick just because we had brought it up. The Wakatee Zoo was right down the road from where I lived for quite a few years in Myrtle Beach. And it is not the nicest place in the world. It is kind of more of along the lines of a roadside attraction, if you will. Pete has been going after them for a very long time. They have a lot of pictures of animals that are not well kept. It's almost like visiting a zoo on a farm, to be honest with you. But the best part about it, halfway through the zoo, back in the back, they had like a luncheon area or like a picnic area, and they had a single drink machine there that had chocolate milk in a can. I brought that up so many times. We've talked about that before, the chocolate milk in a can. But anyways, this just came out literally a couple of minutes ago. And so they're going to have to permanently close now because they have come down on them with some pretty heavy fines. Pete filed a lawsuit back in April.
460 animals.
Yeah. Oh, animals. It was fun to go. I kind of liked it because it was kind of it wasn't as fancy as I always thought that they looked all right, except for like a lot of the monkeys and stuff like would run it, like just on a trail, and they always say that's really bad, like when a lot of the animals just pace back and forth. But anyways, they're closing down. Looks like it's the end of it. It's just funny that had just popped up that it's fresh news that just came out. We were just talking about the zonkey over there. Wish they had a picture.
Go on, Creed. Moment of silence for the animals. Okay. R.I.P. R.I.P. Well, Creed's thinking about that. Let's see if I can still jump back to mine. Just get back to that.
The victim, in this case, the owner of the car, Mr. Cameron.
Welcome back.
Do you recall, was he older than 65 years old?
Yes, ma'am. He's 65 years old.
Oh, wow. It was an old man. They knocked down an old man, Creed. That's not nice.
Was Mr. Cameron physically injured as a result of this incident?
Yes, ma'am.
And food line.
Can you tell us what his injuries were?
From his bottom lip down to his chin was scratched up, lacerations, and after that, he was walking with a limp after he was pushed down.
Send me a case.
Yeah, it wasn't like chocolate drink.
The firearm that was displayed, were you able to recover that?
No, ma'am.
Did the co-defendant, Mr. Ray, make any statements about what happened?
No, ma'am. I never spoke with him. He turned himself in 2 days before or 2 days after I picked up Jameer, or after Jameer turned himself in.
Good for mom, though.
Yeah, that's how it should be. Mom stepped up. Especially an old man. They're knocking down on an old man. Come on. That could have been Dave. Was it a man greater than 100 years old? Yes, it was, Your Honor.
Detective, did all of this happen in Clayton County?
Yes, ma'am.
Was the video surveillance footage placed into evidence?
Yes, ma'am.
I got a feeling his mom's not going to bail him out.
I don't think so either.
Were there any other witnesses that you spoke to about what happened?
No, ma'am.
Thank you. That's all I have.
All right, Mr. Williams, your witness.
All right, thank you.
Detective, I want to just follow up and ask a couple of questions here just to make sure I understood your testimony correctly. Was Huel Ray ever Mirandized in this case?
I don't know, sir. I never spoke to Mr. Ray.
Okay. And are you the head detective in this matter?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Was Jameer Solomon ever Mirandized?
No, sir.
Okay. Did either one of these young men give a statement to you?
No, sir.
When you say Jameer gave you attitude, did he speak about the facts of the case in any way?
No, sir.
Okay. Now, the original responding officer was Officer Flowers, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
No relation.
Okay. And then you received the case file on June 6th, is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Did you have an opportunity to review Officer Flowers' initial incident report?
Briefly, yes, sir.
Miss Felicia Luke, Jameer's mom, she fully cooperated with your investigation?
Yes, sir.
Okay. She did everything you asked?
Yes, sir.
And Jameer turned himself into the police, is that correct?
Yes, yes, sir. The same day I spoke with the mother, the same day that he turned himself in. Yes, sir.
Once he was alerted to warrants, he turned himself in the same day?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Jameer was 16 years old at the time?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Jameer did not push Mr. Cameron to the ground?
He did not.
He did not kick Mr. Cameron?
No, sir.
He did not flash a gun at Mr. Cameron?
No, sir.
As a matter of fact, I believe you indicated in your report that Jameer watched as Huel Ray pushed Mr. Cameron to the ground. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
I think Who's Handsome
And
pushed
then after
her
the
to the
push,
ground. Like
you believe the person you identified as Jameer, he walked over quickly to that area where Mr. Cameron and Mr. Ray was and retrieved the keys, not for Mr. Cameron, but for Mr. Ray, the co-defendant, correct?
Yes, sir.
Was there any evidence in this case that you were able to retrieve that would indicate that Jameer knew that Hugh was going to go and push down Mr. Cameron?
Say that first part again. Repeat the question. I'm sorry about that.
Did you retrieve any evidence in this case that would tend to show that Jameer knew Hugh was going to walk over and push Mr. Cameron down?
I believe so.
No, sir.
Okay. Well, there's no sound on the video, is that correct?
There is no sound.
You don't really know if Hugh called out to Mr. Solomon to come over after he pushed Hugh down. I mean, excuse me, Mr. Cameron down.
No, sir.
Okay. Was there any evidence to say that Jameer encouraged Mr. Ray to go over and push Mr. Cameron down?
No, sir.
Was there any evidence to say that Jameer had planned or told Mr. Ray how to go over and push him to the ground?
No, sir.
I know we referenced one camera that's been retrieved in the case. Were there any other, was there a canvas made of the area to locate other cameras?
No, just the one.
Okay. And what I'm really asking is, I know we see that one camera that's kind of right over the door of the convenience store. Is that correct?
The camera they have in the area.
Okay.
That's my fault. That's my fault.
The video itself, you're not able to clearly see the suspect.
Well, while you do that, we'll check in with the guy. I think this is the guy that was over at in Cedric's court. Now he's staining it, getting it ready.
Yeah, I mean, it's
Pre-staining
obviously
it
a chess
brown.
piece, right? Like I said, chess piece. Obviously.
All right, I'll tell you what. Mikey has lost the feed. Let's cut it there. I got to go to Food Line in the Circle K, and obviously my internet wants me to punch it in the throat. So let's do that. That was actually a pretty interesting case, but I believe that it is a long one.
Yeah, they're still going. Like, it's not it's not over. They're still
oh, look at this. This is interesting.
It's talent, everybody.
See what he was doing there with the sawdust.
Oh yeah, that's an old method, Creed. We used to use it back in the old country all the time.
No, I don't have to. This one is like fully robotic. Like, so it spins and everything goes down, and you just pull that out. And it refreshes. It's with new.
I've seen those on TV.
It's pretty crazy. I'm just hoping that they're all using it. Whatnot, as they say. Loud, you're absolutely right. 4:05, not ish. We'll be here at 4:05.
That's right. It's 2 for Tuesday. That could be 3 or 4. Anything's possible. You just got to be there and find out. Classic chases submitted by you guys. Use guys.
So do you think he's making this for the courthouse? It's the only thing I can think of. That's why it's labeled that way.
I don't know. It's so weird, though.
It is. Woodworking, zoo talk, and court all together today. Plus, we added in some NASCAR and had Voyage so far today. So it's been quite a day.
What happens when
you guys?
any keyboards? He hits the wrong one. We're getting out of here.
4:05.
Goodbye. Look at that guy working his wood.
You guys just missed it, but he was just pinching the tip.
Go on.
I'll just